Alright guys, as we digress a little bit from our fiberglassing work and our boat rebuilds, we've got two boats on the go at the moment. We've got a 30-footer that we've pulled a stern drive out of, and we've done a hull extension, put two 300 horsepower motors on the back of it, and we've got a small 15.5-foot barra boat that's going to be used for creek fishing, barra fishing, and some offshore stuff, and I tow it behind the bigger boat. So as we digress from that, what we're going to do is a bunch of electrical and electronics sort of videos. Now that my trade is electronics, open cabling licenses and everything else to do all of the cabling that I ever want to do here in Australia. So, you know, that's all good. But the next video that I've got is actually a video about junction boxes. Now, what I did in that video is I basically I've got an IP rated junction box, put an IP rated gland on it, ran a cable through it, and we tested it, right? But then I realised there's some people out there that ain't going to know what a junction box is or what they're used for. So that's what I thought I'd better do, just explain it a little bit better. So this is basically, I've just done these connections here for an example. They're not what I'm going to use in the boat, all right? They're just an example. They're called BP connectors, and they're for joining electrical cables. Now, a junction box can be used for a lot of different things, and they're very, very useful. What we can do is, essentially, if we need to extend or modify a power circuit, a 12-volt DC, whatever it is, a power circuit of any kind, what we can do is basically cut the cable and we need to join it and extend it or add another section to it. We can put it inside of a junction box. So what we want to be able to do is protect that joint, because that particular type of connector there is not waterproof. So what we want to do is protect it. We put it inside of an IP rated junction box. The IP doesn't stand for Internet Protocol, guys. It's not data related whatsoever. It's ingress protection. So the ingress protection is exactly as it sounds. It prevents the ingress or intrusion of dust and water. That's what they're used for. And they're also great for mechanical protection. Stop stuff from pulling your cables. So if I try to pull them through there, it's obviously got that gland on it. It's not going to get pulled out. It's not going to destroy our connections or anything. It's going to protect them from dust, protect them from water, and basically, yeah, keep our systems reliable, because we need reliable systems on our boats, especially for our life safety systems, whether it be bilge pumps, our electronics, our emergency radios, all of those sorts of things. So that example there is a connection. We would put a lid on that, obviously, and this one's got a little rubber seal on it, so when you put that over there, it seals it up. We get a waterproof connection, or a waterproof box to put our connections inside of. Then we've got another little one here as an example. So this is a very small junction box. I've actually closed that up. I don't know if I've got a screwdriver to open that now. I better find one. There we go. Right. So this one here, this is how it comes. We've got some Wago connectors in there. You can see 1, 2, 3 Wago connectors. We've got our cable inputs here, got little knockouts that we can basically pull out, and we can bring our cables in through there. We've got cable supports, and then we close it up. Once again, another form of a junction box, another way that we can join our cables and be satisfied that they're protected, or our joints are protected inside of that box. Mechanical protection, as well as our dust and water connections. Now, I wonder if this one's, yes, so this is actually IP65, so ingress protection IP65. We will talk about the IP ratings a little bit later in another video, but this one's IP65, this one here is IP67, so this one here is waterproof, and great little junction box. Now, there are going to be times where we want to mount a switch box, and here I have a switch box. Let me just grab it for you. We've got a switch box. Now, typically, a lot of these game plates or these switch boxes, blocks, are made to be recessed inside of a wall. So a wall cavity is typically, you've got two sides of the wall. You've got a stud in the middle of it, and all your structural supports and everything. And what we would do is cut a slot out of that and put our switch box inside that, or recess it into that. What if we don't have that room? What if we don't have a wall cavity? And plenty of boats out there that don't. What we do is we can mount it on a junction box. Classic example, this is one that I used. I've just cut them off. I used on another little system that I had. Put it on a junction, put it in a junction box like that, mount it on the surface of the junction box, and then this junction box can be mounted to the wall itself. Okay, just there like that. So that goes basically flush to the wall. It's not recessed into the wall, it's recessed into the junction box, and we mount that to the wall. So another classic example of what we can use a junction box for. Really very, very useful. The other thing that we can do is with our electronics systems. Now this is just an RUT955, so that's basically my connection to a 4G network, Ethernet, Wi-Fi, all of that sort of stuff. And what we can do here is basically I can mount that inside of this junction box. So if I wanted to basically put it on there, you see this junction box has got a, better hold this up, I don't know if you can see that, but this junction box has got a backing plate. So that backing plate, we've got 4 screws, we can take that backing plate out, we mount that to the backing plate and then put the backing plate back in. So a bit of a process, but that means that I can put my electronics, all of my sensitive electronic equipment inside of an IP rated junction box that, yet again, yes, I'm harping on about it, gives me that IP protection, ingress protection against dust and water. So any spray, any mist or anything that's going to come into the boat is going to be protected in there. And the other great thing about this is it's got a clear lid or an opaque lid, and that means that I can see the LEDs or the lights that are on my little modem here. And that can be the same for a fuse box, a classic example. Now I should have probably cut this off, but and I actually will. Where's my, I'm gonna snip that off right there now. Just the whole lot. Bang. So this switch box here, or this, not switch box, fuse box. Here, this is a Blue Sea fuse box. So essentially if I wanted to protect this even more, because these fuses, that's all open, there's no real protection there. These fuses, they're not IP rated, they're just standard fuses. So what I can do is I can put my fuse box inside of a junction box like that. Let's turn this around, hopefully you can see it. Put that into there. I can have my little RUT955 in there, my little modem in there, 4G modem in there, and there I know it's all protected. Peace of mind, really is peace of mind, and that adds to our level of reliability of our electrical and electronic systems. So there you go guys, that's just a very basic overview of some of the things that we can use junction boxes for. So I hope you get something from that. You might go, oh, I'm never going to do a joint like that, I'm not going to put it inside of a fancy junction, whatever, it doesn't matter. But there might come a time where you need to cut a cable, extend that cable, and this might be an option for you, something like this. So there you go. Alright guys, thanks. Just a reminder too, the next video is basically how we've done this. I show you how to actually drill into the junction box, put this IP rated gland on there to make it all waterproof, and then we put it to the test, throw it in some water and see how all that goes. So I hope you enjoy that one as well. A lot of electrical and electronics videos coming up guys. My boat's going to be full of electronics because that's my industry. I'm in the electronics industry and I'm really sort of starting to enjoy it again. So yeah, please, if you want to see those, if you're not into the fiberglassing and everything else, that's fine. You're not into boat building, that's fine. But if you want to learn or have a look at how I do it, and I have been doing this for a very long time, then please like and subscribe and check all of those ones out. Okay, thanks guys.